When working with students, you may encounter a student who becomes very upset or angry. This could happen in a special education setting or in the classroom. As a guest teacher or classroom aide, you should never attempt to restrain a student, even if the student has an IEP 504 or behavior management plan that outlines specific physical restraint options. These options should only be enforced by a staff member trained at CPI, Crisis Prevention Institute. So what are your options as a guest teacher or classroom aide in this situation? De-escalate the situation as quickly as possible. But in order to effectively de-escalate the situation, you must keep in mind these two very important concepts. Number one, you cannot reason with an enraged person. Rather, you must try to reduce the level of anger so that a conversation becomes possible. Number two, de-escalation techniques are abnormal. Typically, when we're scared, our reaction is to fight, flight, or freeze. If you want to de-escalate a situation, you cannot do any of these. You must be centered and calm, even if you're frightened. There are three techniques to verbally de-escalating a situation, and it is important that you practice these techniques before they're needed, so they become second nature. One, be in control of yourself. Appear calm, centered, and self-assured, even though you may not. Relax your facial muscles and look confident. Your own anxiety may escalate the aggression. Use a modulated, low, monotonous tone of voice. Too often, when scared or nervous, our voices are high-pitched. Do not be defensive to any insults or comments directed at you, and be respectful when firmly setting limits or calling for assistance. Believe it or not, the agitated student is very sensitive to feeling shamed or disrespected. Number two, the physical stance. Always be at the same eye level as the student. Encourage the student to be seated, but if the student stands, so should you. Allow extra physical space between you, about 4 times the usual personal space. Do not stand full front to the student. In other words, stand at an angle so you can sidestep away if needed. Do not maintain constant eye contact. Allow the student to break their gaze and look away. Do not smile. For the agitated student, your smile could be perceived as mockery or anxiety. And do not touch. For the agitated student with cognitive dysfunction, your touch could be interpreted as hostile or threatening. Do not argue or try to convince the student. Rather, give choices. This will empower the student. Number 3, de-escalation discussion. Do not talk about anything except content that will bring the level of agitation down. Do not get loud or try to yell over the student. Just wait until the agitated student takes a break, and then speak in a calm, average volume voice. Explain the limits and rules in a firm but respectful tone. Remember to give choices for safe alternatives. Empathize with the feelings, but not the behavior. For example, I understand that you're feeling angry, but it is not okay for you to use abusive language. Do not argue or try to convince. Never ask, tell me how you feel, but rather, help me understand what you are saying to me. The latter statement doesn't feel attacking to the agitated student. There's nothing magical about de-escalating a situation. Trust your instincts. If after 2 or 3 minutes your techniques are not working, stop and reach out for help. The points of de-escalation is to transfer your sense of calm and genuine interest in what the student wants to tell you, while setting clear limits in hopes of the student responding in a positive way. Keep these simple tips in mind, and together we're going to make the biggest difference.